What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh 1.
And we're back again to answer more questions in another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
And if you guys want to support us even more, you have the option of doing super thanks. It is a way to directly help the channel by giving us a little donation, and it is a guaranteed answer to your question. And that's exactly what Yarrick9 has done. His super thanks question is, so, is Commissar Yarrick really dead? And will Ghazghkull be the one to seek revenge against whoever killed his favorite Humie/enemy?
It's a good question, and it's on point to what's been going on, right?
Yeah. So it was rumored that Yarrick was dead because there was no new rules for the 9th edition codex for him. But yeah, it's been confirmed. We've seen images of the page where it's basically like a eulogy to Yarrick. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Yarrick, Commissar Yarrick is dead. And we don't know exactly who, how, or why he is dead. It's basically just saying, like, you know, glory be to this warrior. He did his part in, like, you know, helping the Imperium, and he was now in the loving embrace of the Emperor, or some crap like that.
Which is interesting because, like, on GW's part, like, they probably don't want to reprint the model anymore or, like, remake the model because the model's kind of old.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it gives them the opportunity that, like, now it becomes fluff, like super fluff for, like, different Imperial Guard battle things or whatever. And a new character is probably going to take his place.
Right. We've seen this with Creed.
Right.
Creed died, but now his daughter is up and at him and causing commotion throughout the ranks and, you know, going up and to become their own person. Mm-hmm. So I think we're probably going to see this something similar to this.
Yeah.
The one thing, though, that is a little bit interesting is you see, like, the skeletal head of Yarrick with, like, the hat and his, what's it called, Old Bale eye?
Yep.
And the eye was glowing.
Right.
So it's like, does this mean he has become an Imperial Saint? Will there be, like, a resurrection? Will he become some type of warp entity?
Yeah.
So that just opens the door to a whole new slew of, like, crazy theories.
Yeah, and like I said, like, he might end up becoming, like, just an extra piece to like attach to some type of, like, army where it's not, it becomes a warlord or war or whatever, and not really an HQ anymore.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. Even though I think, was he an HQ?
I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Ghazghkull? Do you think there's going to be a storyline with that in there?
Like, if GW was smart, yeah, they should have done that, but I don't think they will. I think the Ghazghkull stuff has already, like, come and gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
sadly.
that was they dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
Considering they had that animation, that Warhammer Plus animation with the Oryx and Yarrick
Christmas
and whatnot.
and all that.
Yeah. So
that was recent too.
Yeah, somewhat recent.
Oh wait, are you talking about the Christmas one where, like, it's a bunch of speed freaks and they're, like, singing, or are you talking about the one from, like, back
I think it was when Warhammer Plus first debuted. This was the free Warhammer Plus episode to, like, entice people to get into it.
Yeah. Next question comes from Arc Mestizo. What's your favorite musical? Because last episode I said I like musicals, plays, and tabletop board games or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Musical. I like La La Land.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Do Disney movies count as musicals? Because, I mean, they, like, sing in that. Yeah. The Book of Life, maybe.
Is that one, like? Is that the kid dance, or, like, the mariachi one?
Yeah, it's like Coco before Coco came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by J. Day. When it comes to the Eldar gods, I think that we only ever hear of Cain having an avatar that can be summoned. But even the Phoenix Lords are representations of the different aspects of Cain. What about Isha, Eniad, and Segura? I'd love to see a Wraith Lord seized by the Laughing God, empowering the Harlequins, somersaulting across the battlefield. Thoughts on this?
They're alive. So, like, Caleb mentioned Cain is dead.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, destroyed by Slaanesh.
Yeah.
Isha is captured, so technically she's still around.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really have an avatar of something that's living. Well, yeah. And then Sagraw, same thing. He's in the warp.
Yeah. Well,
who's
he's
the other one?
the Black Library, isn't it?
He's protecting the black.
Right.
I think so.
Because like he's the only one that he's like hiding in like the webway, right?
Yeah.
But he's asking about Iniad. Yeah, Iniad was the
Iniad.
other one. Iniad was just birth, so it's like the youngest god.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they do have avatars of Iniad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like whenever anything Eldar related comes up, GW just kind of pushes it aside.
Yeah.
We'll give you the bare minimum, and then we'll forget about you for like 6 years.
And I don't even think it's their intention. I think it's like nobody really plays. Like we have a group and nobody plays Eldar.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to start one.
I tried to, yeah, and I just lost interest. It's like I'm already playing like 3 different armies, trying to learn a whole nother one. It's just a bit much.
And it's one of those things too that I think like you want to play Eldar, you get the Eldar Codex, but then you realize that it doesn't get supported by GW, and GW doesn't support it because nobody plays it, but you don't play it because it's not supported, so it's just like a loop.
Right.
And then you just get screwed over. They need to like throw something really, really like amazing for the Eldar, and I don't think they have.
No.
I mean God, but no.
They did buff the Avatar of Cain recently, about a year ago, where it was just like overwhelmingly OP. But still, it's like the same thing. It's like they make them OP for like a month, and then they nerf the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. This one comes from Tax Evading Bigfoot. What if the Lost Primarchs forgot to do their taxes and the Emperor was just hella broke at the time? As far as like, that's why they were destroyed.
They forgot to pay their tithes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like part of it is because we talked a little bit about it before, where like they might have been destroyed as like they're not even real, like they're just said that they're destroyed, just to like strike fear into the other Primarchs. But who knows? If they were destroyed by the Emperor, what is the catalyst for that destruction? You think, other than just like disobeying the Emperor?
It's got to be something big, because we see like chapters go rogue, go renegade, go to chaos, and it's like they don't even get executed. Like the Edict of Obliteration, I don't think has been used as much times as people think it has.
Right. Yeah.
It has to be something like huge.
Yeah. Like turning to chaos, I think, because like, I mean, Horus getting obliterated by the Emperor is just kind of like an example.
But then it's just like excommunicatus traitoris.
Right.
But it's not like, let's completely forget this chapter ever existed. It's like, no, these guys exist and we have to hunt them.
Yeah.
So even then, it's not to that extent.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Next question, though.
This one's by Derus Maris. How are rogue assassins dealt with? I can't imagine somebody ever trying to reel in a rogue Evisor.
Other assassins, like fight fire with fire kind of thing?
Exactly. The assassins are arguably probably the strongest way of like sending out something to take care of a task or an assassination. So the only way to deal with it is exactly right. You fight fire with fire. You send in another assassin.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty simple one. But yeah, assassins are super OP.
Mm-hmm. Next question comes from Shinku Kirito Ichika. What if Gilliman, Dorn, and Russ, all three, were still alive and there when the War of the Beast came? So first, like if they're alive now. So Gilliman, Dorn, and Russ.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of vague on some of them, but yeah, I mean, if they die off screen, I always think they're not dead yet.
Yeah, because like with Dorn, supposedly he went missing, and then Russ, he's supposed to come back.
The Wolf Time, yeah.
But if they were back, I think obviously end times are like a really bad scenario for them to come back. Mm-hmm. But also, like let's say it wasn't end times. Like let's say the prophecy wasn't there, or whatever you want to call it. And Leman Russ would probably take care of Tempestus, Tempestus Segmentum. Dorn, Terra, so Soul System, or the Soul Tempestus, or no, what's it called? Segmentum, the Soul Segmentum. So like the center, and then obviously not Ultramarine. What did you say?
Gilliman?
Gilliman's doing what Gilliman is doing right now.
Yeah, basically, like they'll handle it, and I think that's why GW hasn't brought them out all at the same time, because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and just like unload everything all at once. You kind of want to keep it going to bring in the income, bring out models and stuff. It's a business.
Yeah. But ultimately, I do think that they would just be like, okay, we're taking care of these segmentums, these fiefdoms. And like if Sanguinius does return, I think the same thing's going to happen. It's going to be like, okay, there's a big gash across the galaxy. Gilliman takes one side, Sanguinius the other side. Same thing with like any other Primarch. It's like, okay, well, you take wherever you were at.
Right.
Because like the Raven Guard dude, what's his name?
Corvus Corax.
He is Pacificus, right?
I believe so.
The one on the bottom, I forget what it's called. Because it's Tempestus, Ultima, I don't know, well, Soul, and then I don't know, and then I don't know.
Yeah. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah. But those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Thank you for the super thanks. We'll talk tomorrow.
That's right. And as always, it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwin.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.